Good afternoon again, Dr. Lynn. This is Karen Hayes. I am now presenting my parent resource file for EDU 494. First of all, my name is Karen, of course. My major is early childhood education. And my resource file, my parent resource file is basically meant to attract parents who have very, very young children. Since I am an early childhood education major, that is all I study is the developmental side of an early childhood child. Um so in my this resource file consists of a lot of resources that people can use that are based on in Mobile, Alabama. These are local resources, services, offices, and yeah, they're all local. They're all here in Mobile, Alabama. So, and some of these are articles, and some of these are websites to help the parent on anything that might be relevant to them in this parent resource file. So my first entry is developmental delays. Developmental delays refers to a child's inability to learn or master an expected activity within her age range. So developmental delays can be the result of either external or internal factors such as lack of environmental stimulation, premature birth, or learning disability. Parents and providers can help children by learning the signs of developmental delay and knowing when to refer children to early intervention. The following organizations provide information about developmental milestones and developmental delays. The first resource or the first source I have is American Academy of Pediatrics. Their phone number is 251-434-4000. Their website aap.org. AAP works to provide general health and well-being information for parents of children up to the age all the way up to the age of 21. The AAP website offers information about children's health, including development and developmental delays. The next resource I have for the parent is Center for Parent Information and Resources Library. CPIR for short has a variety of resources on child development topics. In addition, it houses the resources from the National Dissemination Center for Children with Disabilities, a project that collected a wealth of resources on disability topics but was recently defunded. But it still has a lot of vital information on the website that I think parents will find very useful. The last bullet I have is Early Childhood Research and Reference Portal. Their website is also stated on here. Also, the second entry I have is social and emotional development. Social and emotional development is integral to all aspects of a child's growth, including intellectual, physical, behavioral, and moral development. Beginning from birth, nurturing and stable relationships with caring adults are essential to healthy human development. The following resources provide information for parents and providers and about social and emotional development, including information about temperance, separation anxiety, and other related issues. The bullets I have and the resources I have for this entry is American Academy of Child Adolescent Psychiatry, AACAP for short. Their phone number is 251-966-7300. Their website is the same, aacap.org. They developed over 80 facts for families to provide and give up-to-date information about issues that affect children. Some of these are documents and some of these are articles. The next bullet I have is the Center on the Social and Emotional Foundations for Early Learning. Their phone number is 251-275-3227. Their website is also stated on here. it focuses on promoting social and emotional development of young children. Resources for parents are available at this website. Also, I have, for my last bullet, I have an online resource. It is an article written in June 2012, How to Understand Your Child's Temperament. And it's just giving you pointers and advice on what to do with your child. The third entry will be behavior management. Of course, the entry title itself is self-explanatory. So I'm just gonna jump in right into the sources that I have up here for the parents. Early Head Start tip sheet number 36. What are challenging behaviors when working with infants and toddlers? This article was written in September 2009 by the Office of Head Start Administration. I also have their website, and the link to this article I found it very informal. Next I have My Teacher Wants to Know. In creating teaching tools for young children with challenging behaviors, it's a user's manual, pretty long, but does still have a lot of information that parents can use to apply to their child. It was written in 2005 by Bobby Vaughn, Lisa Fox, and Rochelle Latini. It was published by the Louis de la Parte Florida Mental Health Institute at the University of South Florida. The last resource I have for behavior management is Recommended Practices Preventing Challenging Behavior in Young Children, Effective Practices, by Peter J. Alter and Maureen A. Conroy. I also have the link posted down below for this article as well. The next would be the local transportation services, which is entry number 4. It's always good to contact the transportation department. Their number is 251-221-5260. Routes are subject to change during the school year. This is why I have gave the website to check for the bus routes. I have the elementary buses from A to I, because we have the most elementary schools right now. We have more elementary schools in Mobile, Alabama, more than middle and high school combined. So I made sure I separated the two from A to I, from then J to Z. So I have their routes posted. Then I have the middle school bus routes, and then I have the high school bus routes. Next, we have daycare centers, which would be entry number 5. These are, again, local businesses here in Mobile, Alabama, because this is where I plan to teach. This is where I plan to start my career. So I just did the top 3 that I personally feel like they were the best here locally, and I also had the pleasure of going to one as when I was in early childhood. So the first one will be Mertz Child Care and Learning, 901 McRae Avenue, Mobile, Alabama. Phone number 251-473-9820. The next child care center I have is Here We Grow Child Care. Not Here We Go, but Here We Grow. Their phone number is 251-470-2209. And the last one is the one that I went to when I was a child, Kinder Club Learning Center, 1900 Dolphin Island Parkway, Mobile, Alabama, 251-471-4104. So you can find those in this parent resource file as well. I have the address and phone numbers posted. The next would be transitions, entry number 6. A common question would be, where can I find information about transitions and preparing children for transitions from so for children entering childcare or transitioning from home to childcare or childcare to preschool or kindergarten means adapting to new people, different surroundings, and learning a completely new set of rules and expectations. The following online resources provide information to help families and early care educators prepare children for Transitions, starting schools, created March 2011 by the American Academy of Child and Adolescent Psychiatry. The second one is Children Who Won't Go to School Separation Anxiety, was also made in excuse me. Was also made in excuse me, sorry, Dr. Lynn. Was also made in March 2011. That's also by the American Academy of Child Adolescent Psychiatry. And the last one is Preschool Prep, Getting Ready for the Big Transition by 0 to 3. I'm pretty sure everyone is familiar with 0 to 3 website. They have a lot of information on early childhood strategies, on what you can apply to your child. The next entry is Promoting Cultural and Diversity. It was just entry number 7. Early childhood programs increasingly serve children and families from various cultural and ethnic backgrounds. In the United States, half of all young children of color, 25% are Hispanic and Latino. 14% are Black and African American, like me. And 8% are Asian, bi, or multiracial or Native American. These children represent families with multiple sets of values, belief systems, and traditions. So it's important. I felt it was very important to add this into a parent resource file, because their child may end up in a classroom with someone with a completely different background, and they want to become friends, but they have no knowledge of their culture whatsoever. So I felt it was really important to add a culture and diversity entry into this resource file. I have a lot. I have 3 sources that I felt that were suitable and appropriate enough for a parent to apply these rules to their child. Culture Card, a guide to build cultural awareness, written in January 2009. By the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, Indian Health Service, U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and Center of Medicare and Medicaid Services. This is written by all those businesses. The next, we have Cultural and Linguistic Competence Self-Assessment Checklist for Early Head Start and Head Start Programs. It was revised in 2009, also by the National Center for Cultural Competence. The last source I have on here is Beyond the Golden Rule. A Parent's Guide to Preventing and Responding to Prejudice. It was written in 2008 by Dana Williams. And as I stated before, all of these sources have the link listed below. All of these have the link. The next entry, which will be entry number 8, inclusion of children with special needs. I feel like this was very needed in my parent resource file, simply because of the inclusion rule. Your child can and may end up in a class with a child who is special needs. So I think it is important that children know what to do in those situations. So I put this information in this resource file to inform parents that just to tell them, inclusion is defined as the full and active participation of children with disabilities or other special needs in community activities, services, and programs designed typically for developing children. Inclusive environments give children with disabilities or other special needs the opportunity to interact with developing children, which can help them strive towards higher goals and levels of ability. Typically, developing children also benefit from an inclusive environment because it teaches them about differences and respecting and valuing others regardless of their abilities. I found 3 sources. Open Hearts, Open Doors, Providing Inclusive Child Care, revised in January 2007 by the Oregon Council on Developmental Disabilities. Next, we have Understanding Inclusions and the Americans with Disability Acts, ADA, by the Florida Children's Forum. And last we have the Department of Education Inclusion Works, creating child care programs that promote belonging I'm sorry. All those links will be posted to those articles and or documents. Next, we have health and safety, entry number 9. Health and safety is really dealing with the nutrition side, and this was definitely needs to go into a resource file because some parents do not have the knowledge of what their kids should and should not be eating. Obesity is a serious health concern for children, adolescents, and obese children and adolescents are at higher risk for health problems during their youth and as adults. As they progress on, prevention of obesity among children yields significant benefits in terms of preventing related health problems and reducing health care costs. The following organizations that I'm about to present, and they are also online resources, but they provide information about childhood obesity and how to prevent it. The first one we have is, this isn't local, but everyone is familiar with the CDC, Center for Disease Control and Prevention, Department of Health and Human Services. I gave their toll-free number, which is 1-800-311-3435. Their website, which is cdc.gov, and I also provided a Spanish website for people that are that read in Spanish. The next we have is Food and Nutrition Service, F&S, U.S. Department of Agriculture, USDA. Their telephone number is 703-305-2062. Here in Mobile, we do not have many nutritional programs, so I felt like I wanted to find very good and very informal links and 2 articles about everything that Mobile cannot simply give because we are on the lack of nutritional programs here. Obesity, the last source under this entry would be Obesity in Children and Teens, Facts for Families by the American Academy of Child and Adolescent Psychiatry. Next we have Teaching Materials and Learning Activities. Okay.